Hello once again, every single one of you. This is Daily Trends on Pinax News, and this is the hub of entertainment. Now, Tonto Dikeh has come out finally to clear the air concerning the previous marriage she had with Churchill, her ex-husband. Now, recent times, Churchill came out to make some controversial lines concerning Tonto Dikeh as of her life as a married woman at that time. He usually comes on IG to make some statements, which Tonto Dikeh, on the other hand, replies him via her IG story. And so people have been asking, when will Tonto come out to say her side of the story? There has been so much controversies, there has been so much questions raised as to why Tonto hasn't said anything reasonable with her failed marriage. And some recent times, just some past few days, Tonto Dikeh on her YouTube channel finally cleared the air as to what exactly happened in their relationship. One of the things she said, which has made so much headlines, is that Churchill is actually a ritualist. Yes. And so that has been the main headline concerning this particular statement she did during her recent video. She also made mention about Churchill lying about the age, also insulting his family, including his mom, and then also trying to sacrifice their son. Yes, using some kind of items which looks like ungodly items seen under the son's bed. All these and more. So the video is going to show you what exactly she said concerning this particular story.
After I came back from giving birth for my son, I had been suspecting that he was Yahoo. Before I even came back to Nigeria, I had started to suspect. But the only thing that actually made me confirm was a night. He wasn't supposed to be home that night. And I slept early. Because of my son, I sleep early. And I went and I heard some noise upstairs in his room, because he's in the penthouse and my room is under. So I heard the noise upstairs. Nobody was supposed to be in that room. So I was going to go check what was happening in the room. I opened up this room. I saw a full-grown man wearing a red cloth in his waist with red candles everywhere around him with a laptop in his hand. Immediately I saw that, I was shocked. I was simply shocked. And I was shocked. I was not scared, but I was shocked. But I just started laughing like a mad person. I just started laughing. He got me, and that was one of the fights we fought after King. When I lost my pregnancy, he pushed me down a flight of 3 stairs. We were fighting. Now, people will say, you know what, Tonto, why did you stay and you fought so long and you are fighting? This man is hitting you and you're fighting and you're not leaving. Domestic violence, it's not always very easy for you to walk away from. And don't forget the fact that everybody wanted this relationship to fail, even you that's watching it. You told yourself, you told your mother, you told your father, you told your sisters, you told your brothers that Tonto's marriage was not going to last. So how would I have left a marriage that you thought was not going to last? Would I not have worked at least to a little extent to make it work, even if I was dying? A lot of people are going through this. Most of you sitting at home, even criticizing me, you are going through this. They are beating you every day and you are enjoying it because of your children's sake. I was one of the only few people who could not. And I'm speaking out. And I would not be called a liar for speaking out. If you want to take this picture to America, to London, to Europe for forensic, I am in. Yes, I gave the court substantial amount of proof. I'm just going to show you just a little bit of one. Of some things I would wake up and find under my pillow, under my son's bed, on top of my son's novel. This is a conversation between myself and my son's father's younger brother, when I was saying that they need to come and take this shit out of my home because I've left him now. I've divorced him already. So I said they need to come and break whatever curtain is on this shit. And I gave the court, yes, the court actually does not admit diabolism, but the strength of my accusation make them worry for concern about my child, because it's a boy's life. If I can speak and I can talk, and this is all they did to me, I would wake up. His mother was we were married for. He said we were married for. We lived together for 6 months, but we lived together for 10 months after marriage, because I came back from America 2 months after I gave birth, February. 2 months was February, March, April, and I divorced him, and I left his house by December. So that's 9-10 months, right? So he said it was 6 months. I don't know where his head was though, but he said it was 6 months, and I'm saying it was 9-10 months that we lived together. And in that 9 to 10 months, his mother was there maybe like 5 times, and she would stay for like maybe 2 weeks. It's okay, family is okay. I did not worry about that. My concern was the spiritual artifacts that this woman would bring into the house all the time. That was only the time when I became defensive or I became disrespectful to any member of his family when it came to that, because I always spoke up. I never kept quiet about it. I always spoke up. So we always had fights about it. I also have documents of him telling me how he wants to go back. I'm sure all of those things will come up on this, how he wants to, how he was going to borrow money from me so he can go and do some jazz. I have all the documents here. Because he has a daughter already who he says that he doesn't have. He came out and said that he has no child apart from Sking. This man has a child, and the mother of this child is jealously protecting the girl not to even be close.
And so after seeing the video, you have heard from Tonto Dikeh's statement. This is what she has been saying all this while. And so Tonto Dikeh has advised women out there that even though she had a failed marriage, even though her marriage didn't go as successful as people were thinking, to the extent that people are sitting in their homes speculating, praying that Tonto Dikeh's marriage will be on grounds, it will never work. And she, as vocal as she is, had to come out to defend herself, her son, and her entire family. Her advice to fellow women out there is that if you know you're facing a violent marriage, please leave. There is no time for you to suffer under your marriage. There are some women out there who end up being beaten, who end up being hurt, but they intend to enjoy the marriage, and they pretend on social media that since they are in a very good marriage, it is fine, it is okay. Little do they know that they are at the point of death. So she has advised a whole lot of women that if you are really under a violent marriage, please do well to pack your things and leave. Better still, protect your kids at all times. You can either, take them to your other relative families so that they wouldn't see the terrible side of your marriage. Once again, if you don't defend your kids, they will one day go up, tend to be successful. When they see their past mistakes and they see the lives of their parents, they will question you. So it is best you speak up. Marriage is not by force. Marriage is never, it is not a rule that you have to tie around your neck. It is just a lifetime you have to spend. And so after the video has been released, I'm going to read some comments that people have said under the very said video. And yes, a whole lot of people are saying that Tonto Dikeh should have done this a long time ago. Why are you waiting for Churchill to speak up? What were you waiting for? And so I'm going to read some statements so that you all will understand what exactly is going on. And so I'm going to read some statement from Facebook saying that this lady talks too much. Facing your political aspiration, remember Saturday election. So this is something relatable to the Saturday election, since she is a politician, in the line. And so one user also says that, Tonto, my dear, he's your son's dad. And now you both are related through your son. Leave some things unsaid for the sake of his reputation. The Lord has helped you and you are out. Just keep a distance from him and his affairs. The Lord is a way maker and will sustain you and your handsome king. Another user says, Tonto, I love you so much because you are the kind of person. In fact, you are my type of woman. Another user says that all this information that you are giving us is not necessary because you have a son for this man, and this might affect him in the near future. Remain the tough woman that you have been. And also from the video that was just played, there has been more to this particular story where she made an allegation that Churchill is not a Nigerian but a Liberian, to the extent that he tried to trying to turn his image just to suit the public, saying that he's an IT person, he owns a house in Ghana and all that. But she has so many evidences attached to Churchill's statement. And so I'm going to read more anyway. So one user says that you are not innocent yourself. It's been some years now. Leave this story alone and move on with your life. Your son is a bond between you both, and in my estimation, some things should be left unsaid. Focus on your dreams and move on. Yes, I agree with you, but actually, she had to wait for some time. You know that she has been through political campaigns and all that. You know how busy she is when it comes to social media, and so with that, it's high time she came out to a YouTube channel and she was, speaking her mind concerning the failed marriage that she encountered. And so one user says, most ladies don't pray and ask God, the creator of heaven and earth, on who to marry. That is why. Please pray before marriage and you will get the best partner. Another user says that, please, you have a son for this man. In as much as it hurts, bury it, and all these are not necessary. Another person says that I'll continue to pray for God to heal your wound, Tonto. Your story is so touching and emotional. But at last, you gained a beautiful baby boy, which is your son. He is your joy, and he's worth all the pains you have encountered. One user also says that the Churchill should leave her and her son. If he does, she wouldn't remember him hurting her. As long as Churchill keeps coming up in her life, she will keep remembering the past. So there are more stories, or there are more comments and attachments to the video you just saw on our platform. We will do a follow-up on this.